Hello friends, in one of my previous video I spoke about door knocking. That video got mixed response. Few of you were of the opinion that this is an old school method, so should not be done, whereas majority of the viewers, they were in favor and there was a lot of learning for all of us. For better understanding of these old school concepts, I will take you to the sports where when a new player approach his coach, the coach will always tell him, learn the basics first. And if it is an experienced player, but he is not getting the desired result and goes to his coach, the coach is going to again say, learn and go back to the basics. The same concept applies here in the real estate industry as well. If you are a new realtor and want to learn real estate, learn the basics. And if you are an experienced realtor and are not getting the desired result, go back to your basics. And the basics are lead generation, prospecting, and connecting with people. And that is what door knocking is all about. In today's video, I'm going to talk about another old school but very effective concept, which is cold calling. I'm sure you are liking all the contents which I'm sharing in my videos. If you want to get notified, please ensure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you can be notified for the next informational video. So cold calling is another very effective traditional way for prospecting and generating some very valuable leads. How you do the cold calling, that is important. So first thing first, you have to pick up a farming area. Make sure you start calling in the area where you are doing the other activity like your flyer distribution as well as your door knocking. Now, if you add these two activities with cold calling, it is going to make more impact, especially when people start recognizing you in your farm area. But you have to be very thoughtful about do not call list. Please make sure you have the right information so that you are not overstepping the law. And the right information is getting the subscription to do not call list to verify that you are not calling those people who requested not to call them. So I will give you a little bit understanding of the cold calling process. First, you should pick up one street and ensure that you are not calling do not call list numbers. The phone numbers for that street you can pick up from 411 and you can start calling on those numbers. Now, what is the ideal time to make the cold calls? In my understanding, as per my experience, whole day is good time. You have to test it yourself. Let's say one day you start making calls in the evening, which is 4 to 7 o'clock, and see how you get the results. Another day, try to make the call in the morning, let's say from 10 to 2, and see what kind of results you are getting. Simultaneously, you can pick up some other times as well as per your own convenience. And make sure when you are calling, you have to have an energetic voice. Don't forget to greet people with some good energy because that is going to be your first connect. And also try to give a reference of your other activity into that neighborhood. Either you are doing the flyer distribution or you are doing the door knocking. So if you have already sent the flyers on that street, please make sure when you are calling, just give them a reference and ask them, did you get my flyers? Because that becomes so easy to connect with your client and they will start recognizing you. Don't expect that you're going to get the results in the first call. It might take 100 calls, it might take 1,000 calls. But the most important tip is be consistent and keep doing it because consistency is going to bring you the result. Many times realtor, they ask for the script. Guys, don't go by the scripts. Design your own script. What makes you feel comfortable? Because the scripts are different at different timings. Many times realtor ask me for the script for the cold calling. In my opinion, there is no standard script. It all depends upon the situation and you need to learn how to handle the situation. Believe me, there are thousands of scripts available on YouTube as well as on Google. Look at them and try to learn from them, but design your own script because you know yourself best and you know how to represent yourself. That is very, very important. But as I said, in cold calling, the most important thing is your voice modulation, how you are greeting the people, and how much energy you are putting in the call. Because you have to represent yourself on phone and It is your voice which is making an impact over there. So please make sure have an energetic voice so that the other person can get connected to you. Now, what should be your objective when you are making a cold call? Your objective should be to create a connectivity and make a friend, because once you make that person as a friend, next time they are going to pick up your call as a friend, not as a cold caller, and that is going to make an impact on your business. And please be consistent. Now let's say if you made somebody as your friend on a cold call, what are you going to do next? Please ensure to call them after every 30 days. Very, very important. Guys, we are not selling grocery. We are selling houses. They might not need it today. They might need it 2 years after. Let me share a real life story which happened with me. I went for a listing presentation to one of the prospecting clients. They were willing to give me the listing, but the wife said, Raman, we have an obligation to a person who is calling us last 2 years continuously after every 30 days. And we feel we should call him and give him a chance. After 2 days, I got a call from this wonderful couple and they said, Raman, we are so sorry. We loved your presentation. We know you are doing a lot of business in this area, but unfortunately, that realtor is more consistent than you, and we have no other choice than to give him the listing. And personally, I loved losing that listing to that hardworking realtor because he was better than me and he was consistent on his cold calling efforts. Imagine that consistency gave him a business of $30,000. The same thing can happen to you, my friend. Please make sure don't underestimate these basics of the real estate industry. Many people will come and tell you cold calling and door knocking is a wastage of time. But I'm sharing my experience of 13 years with you and selling thousands of houses. Door knocking and cold calling, still the basics of the real estate industry, but very effective. I know there are a lot many other ways we can use. Social media is one of them, but don't undervalue the basics. Believe me, when the things are not going right, always go back to the basics and it will get you the desired results. I'm pretty sure after this video, you are going to make a lot of cold calls for the lead generation and make yourself a good realtor. If you like this video, don't hesitate to share with others and subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get more of these valuable content, and I promise you it will help you to be more successful in the real estate industry as it helped me. Thank you very much.